What's up, everybody? It's Dave. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be looking at some top sellers here on eRank, and then we're actually going to be taking their SEO and analyzing them on Marmalade. So that'll be kind of interesting. The main point that I want to portray today is that sometimes SEO is not what brings a shop all the way through to success. There's other factors at play too, and the reason why I want to make this video is because a lot of people put too much weight on SEO. SEO for your Etsy shop is extremely important, don't get me wrong. It can make or break your shop, absolutely. But I do want to show you some examples that SEO really is not at play for their success. And I know this because these shops are so massive that they can't be analyzing keywords on every single listing they create. So an easy place to look for these shops and these examples is with eRank, with the top sellers tool, where it just shows you, top sellers, period, 1.7 million sales. And then the most sales yesterday, Beadboat, 1,463. So these are an easy place. This video is completely unscripted. I have one shop that I found, but everything else I'm just going to be taking you guys along with me. So yeah, it's been a while since I've uploaded. If you guys want to hang out, I'm in my Facebook group. It's called Etsy Seller Success Strategies, and the link is in the description. So please join and ask a ton of questions. Also, if you need coaching from me, or if you want to check out any of my Etsy Success courses, of course, the links are in the description below. And if you're a first-time viewer, welcome. Please subscribe. I do new videos all the time on Etsy, e-commerce, and personal success. So let's get started. Let's just go. We're on the top sellers by category here. I'm not going to choose a category to start with. In previous videos, I've done Planner Kate, I've done Caitlin Minimalist, Beadboat, Mob Party. So let's start with this one, Yakutum. I hope that's how you say it. I'm not completely sure. For some reason, whenever I do videos, my internet likes to go slow, even though I have like the fastest internet they can give you. I have like a gigabyte speed. Okay, so I'm not going to do a supply store. I'm going to go to, let's actually go to a category. Sorry about that. We're going to go to jewelry. And let's go down. Let's go to this one. So there's a lot of different situations where a shop can rise all the way to the top sellers list on Etsy without their SEO being such a factor. So I'm going to open this shop here. It just brings you to the page. It's 3.8 years old. Average sales is 134 sales per day. And don't freak out yet, because when you see 134 sales per day, that doesn't necessarily mean each one of those sales is a $100 sale or $50 sale. Sometimes with these smaller jewelry stores, smaller priced jewelry stores, see the prices are all under $30. Here's one that is $30, 12, 9, 11, stuff like that. So 100 sales is still a lot for those price points, but when you have a smaller price point, you do have to work harder. So that is one concept that I wasn't going to talk about in this video, but check this out. So when you are on Etsy, you are going to work, no matter what you sell, you are going to work X amount of hours per week, right? That's just you. Each personal situation, you are going to work X amount of hours each week, and you are going to be selling a certain product. So that amount of effort is going to be effective or not effective, whatever the level of effectiveness is to sell that product, depending on your skills, your knowledge, what you know, etc. It's going to sell X amount of it's going to make you X amount of sales. So the variable here is that what you're selling, if it's a higher price point, will make you much, much more money. So what do I mean? A shop that's selling $100 products and making 10 sales a day, they're making $1,000. However, a shop that's selling $2 digital downloads and they're making 10 sales a day from that same amount of effort on Etsy, they're only making $20. So you have to be, if you're going to start a second shop or you're going to start a brand new shop, always consider that little equation there, because you personally are only going to work, like, let's say you're only going to work maybe 10 hours a week or maybe 20 hours a week on your Etsy shop. Or do you want to put that effort towards making $100 sales, or do you want to put that effort towards making $2 sales? Because that effort is not changeable. That effort is not variable. How much effort you put in, there's only so many hours in a day, so many hours in a week. So you get my point there. So that is why that 134 sales is not like, cannot, it is possible. It is a big deal for this shop, obviously, because they're on the top sellers list. But for a digital download shop, that's not a big deal. 134, that's only $200, $300 in a day. So let's move on here. Let's look at some of their SEO, because the main concept of this video that I wanted to bring about is that sometimes these top selling shops, their SEO is bad. And you will see top selling shops, and this is a common theme that I talk about in a lot of these videos where I go on eRank and I look at top sellers, etc. The main theme is that why are all these top sellers pretty much breaking a lot of rules that I know, or why that that we know, that we talk about, that I teach, that other people teach. How can these top sellers break these rules? There's a few different reasons. The first reason usually is that they just have so much volume on Etsy, and then it grabbed some momentum, and it got going, and they have so many freaking listings that it just helps them, right? 345 listings. That's pretty tame for this top sellers list, actually, because some of these shops have over 1,000 listings. However, that can snowball in the wrong direction for you if you just start dumping listings onto Etsy and it's bad, they're bad quality. Then Etsy will start to just be like, wow, you are not you are not who we're looking for, and this SEO is terrible and all this stuff. Your conversion rate is terrible, and then you just keep adding those same quality listings. Then you just start tanking, and you do terrible. So whenever you see me talk about this in these videos where I go and look at top sellers, I always point out how many listings they have. They have tons of listings, but that's not to be taken for, oh, just dump them on, just dump listings onto Etsy. That's not the answer. That's never the answer. It's got to be quality and quantity. This listing obviously has enough keywords in it that are in demand. Small hoop earrings, huggy hoops, hoop earrings, dainty hoops, tiny hoops, thin hoops, minimalist earrings, minimal jewelry. So they stuffed a little bit too hard. I would take out the 2-word phrases that are all by themselves, like dainty hoop earrings. That's what this one should be consolidated to. Dainty hoop earrings. And then in the tags it can be hoop earrings, dainty hoops, or dainty earrings, whatever. But the days of having to obsess over exact matching, that you don't have to obsess over making exact matches. So I'm not sure what they did this, and it's not like they sat down and like they analyzed it like we are right now, so it's no skin off their back. Like they're obviously doing well. But if this was a smaller shop that was struggling, then I would look at this SEO and I would say, okay, maybe you want to go tiny thin hoops right here rather than tiny hoops, thin hoops, because the algorithm knows you said hoops. If somebody types in tiny hoops, the algorithm always mixes and matches. Like, for example, you will find in your statistics that the algorithm can sometimes bring you traffic on a 2-word phrase or 3-word phrase that from words that you did not have matched up right next to each other. So keep that in mind. You don't have to do tiny hoops, thin hoops, hoop earrings. You can do tiny, thin hoop earrings and save a ton of space. And then you have room for a whole nother phrase rather than being super repetitive and stuffing. So I'm not going to put any of these into Marmalade because I know for sure that these are in-demand keywords. So let's move on to another one. Okay, we're going to go to home and living, and then we're going to go to this store. Where'd it go? Throwing stones. I found this just now, off camera. It was taking me a second to find something. So we're going to go to throwing stones because I want to make an example. So the easiest one for me is making this SEO example with crystals, because my shop, it sells crystal jewelry. So I am going to make this as easy as possible from my perspective, and you guys can apply it to your situation. So when it comes to SEO, a lot of people get stuck in boxes. The box is calling and describing your product for exactly what it is, right? So with crystals, you have to call it exactly what it is. Oh, here's some rose quartz. Here's some clear quartz, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, or let's go to their jewelry section. Actually, let's go to you're always calling it exactly what it is. So here's a shungite crystal plate, right? And I was getting really stuck in that box. That was not allowing me to sell it to more people. There is only a certain amount of people searching for exactly what it is, right? And that's essentially like your base niche. But there's other people out there that will buy your product. Always. There's always other people out there that will buy your product, and they just need your product to be put in front of them. How do you put it in front of them? You put it in front of them by using different SEO that they are likely using and searching. So, for example, like this one I found before we started the video. This is the only one. So for example, this one's a little bit easier because she's got like some real unique stuff and like some hardcore specimens. And again, look, 4,000 listings. So she's one of the top shops because she's got 4,000 listings and she's got good stuff too. So don't get me wrong there. It's not just because she's got good listings or a lot of listings, but that is a very, very big factor. So anyway, getting back to the point. So this bracelet right here, here's a tiger eye 6mm round stretchy string bracelet. This is a perfect example. So there's only so many people looking for a tiger eye round stretchy string bracelet. There's only a certain amount of people typing that in. So we can go to Marmalade and I can show this to you. Tiger eye bracelet. And there's only a certain amount of people looking for that. But there's way more people looking for other gifts. So you just have to put it in front of them. For example, tiger's eye is known for, like strength and courage and whatnot. So for crystals, the easiest stretch is to describe it as what the crystal is known for. Oh, here's a bracelet for protection. Like protection bracelet is a really good tag for crystal jewelry. And if you have crystals that are known for protection, then that's what you want to call it, because people don't necessarily know or want a tiger eye bracelet. But if it's known for protection, or if it's known for this, or this, then they'll see it, like it, and then buy it. So you can really box yourself up by doing that. And as you can see, Marmalade estimates 589 searches per month on this. So that's only 589. But let's say, you want to go for a protection bracelet too. Let's see what protection bracelet is. I haven't searched this one in a second. But if you're adding these things, so instead of having tiger eye bracelet, round stretchy string bracelet, they could be having tiger eye bracelet, protection, crystal protection bracelet, and then like a gift type tag, putting it in front of way more people and selling it to way more people. But they don't need to, obviously. So the situation here is they don't need to, obviously, because they have so many listings, 3,244 listings, that they're already selling really, really well. But if you don't have 3,000 listings, then you can apply this SEO, strategy, is that there's one product and that there's way more people that are out there that will buy it. You just have to put it in front of them with different SEO. See, so instead of having just tiger eye bracelet, they could also have protection bracelet. And then that would be putting it in front of a whole new group of people, which allows them to sell more of it. It's that simple. So the message today, you guys, is that there's a crossover. There's a crossover of having a ton of listings, but then there's a sweet spot where you have a ton of listings, and all of those listings reach out to way more people. Or you have a duplicate or two of a product, and those duplicates are reaching out to way more people. So it's a it's kind of like a pie graph, if you will. There's a lot of different pies involved in this pie graph, and is that the right word? I don't know. I'm just speaking quickly. Here's another situation that you don't want to. You want to hide your sales. You definitely want to hide your sales because now we can spy on her. We can spy and see what she sells or he or she sells the most. Um, and that's a situation you don't want. You don't want to have your sales public. The number will still be there, but you want to hide your sales because now I can just spy on this shop, see that oh, look, they're selling tons of amethyst bracelets. Maybe I'll start selling some amethyst bracelets for $1 less than her. So you want to definitely hide your sales because of that, or don't and let people spy on you. It's up to you. But I hope you got a lot of value out of this video. Please comment below with any questions you have and check out the links in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.